The grocery store was busy, the checkout lines long. At register 3, Marcus, a young black cashier, smiled warmly as he rang up groceries. But then a wealthy customer approached, eyes full of disdain. She tossed items onto the counter and sneered, "You'll never be more than this." A cashier. The insult cut deep, but Marcus didn't respond. He finished the transaction with professionalism, though the humiliation lingered. What she didn't know was that Marcus wasn't just a cashier. He was a finance graduate working towards something bigger. And less than 24 hours later, that same customer would walk into a bank, only to find Marcus seated behind the manager's desk, running the entire branch. Marcus Johnson was hard-working, ambitious, and deeply respectful. His parents had taught him the value of perseverance, that no matter how others treated him, his worth would be defined by his character, not their prejudice. After graduating with a degree in finance, Marcus dreamed of working in banking, but jobs were competitive, and until the right opportunity came, he worked as a cashier at a local grocery store to pay bills and support his younger siblings. Despite the job's challenges, Marcus treated every customer with kindness. He believed every role, no matter how small, was honorable if done with dignity, yet not everyone saw it that way. One evening, a woman named Victoria entered the store. She was wealthy, impeccably dressed, and carried herself with arrogance. When Marcus greeted her politely, she scoffed. As he scanned her items, she muttered comments about his place in life and how people like him would never rise above cashier work. Other customers overheard. Some shifted uncomfortably, but no one intervened. Marcus kept his composure, finished her transaction, and wished her a good day. She laughed coldly and walked away, leaving Marcus humiliated in front of a crowd. But what she couldn't see was the quiet fire burning inside him. Because the very next morning, Marcus would be starting his first day as a branch manager at the city's newest bank, a job he had earned after years of dedication. The night of the humiliation, Marcus returned, home, replaying the woman's words. They hurt, but instead of breaking him, they strengthened his resolve. He ironed his suit, prepared his documents, and set his alarm early. Tomorrow wasn't just another day. It was the beginning of the future he had been working toward. Morning came. Marcus walked into the gleaming new bank branch, greeted by staff who already respected him. His leadership skills, academic background, and integrity had earned him the role of manager, a responsibility he carried with pride. Meanwhile, Victoria, the arrogant customer, faced her own issues. Her accounts were tied up in a financial matter requiring immediate attention. Irritated, she stormed into the same new bank, demanding to see the manager. Her heels clicked across the marble floor as she barked at a teller. "Get me someone in charge. I don't have time to deal with clerks." The teller calmly nodded and escorted her straight to Marcus's office. Victoria froze when she entered. There he was, the cashier she had mocked less than 24 hours earlier. But now, he was, seated confidently behind a polished desk, nameplate gleaming. Marcus Johnson, branch manager. Marcus stood, smiled politely, and extended his hand. "Good morning, ma'am. How can I help you today?" The room went silent. Victoria's face, flushed with shock, her arrogance crumbling. She stammered, You work here?" Marcus remained calm, never once lowering himself to insult her back. Instead, he listened carefully to her banking issue, explained her options clearly, and treated her with the same professionalism she had denied him the day before. For the first time, she had no choice but to see him for what he truly was, not just a cashier, but a man of intelligence, dignity, and authority. Word of the encounter spread quickly among bank staff and customers. Some whispered about the irony of the situation. The same woman who humiliated a cashier was now relying on that very man to solve her financial problems. Victoria's pride crumbled further as Marcus calmly reviewed her case. She realized that her arrogance had blinded her to the dignity of honest work. Her words had been not only cruel, but ignorant. At the height of tension, she muttered, I didn't know." Marcus looked at her steadily. "It doesn't matter who someone is or where they work. Everyone deserves respect." The words hit her harder than any insult could have. For once, she sat quietly, humbled. From that day forward, Marcus led his branch with excellence. His story inspired both staff and customers. Many who had witnessed his humiliation at the grocery store were now amazed by his dignity and rise. Victoria, meanwhile, became a quiet, changed customer. Though she never openly apologized, her behavior softened. She treated staff more respectfully, her arrogance tempered by the memory of facing the man she once demeaned. But Marcus didn't dwell on her. His focus was on the community. He launched financial literacy programs to help low-income families, hosted workshops for young students, and worked to ensure his bank wasn't just a place of transactions, but a place of empowerment. Years later, Marcus shared his story at conferences, reminding audiences of a simple truth: respect every role, no matter how small it looks to you, because the person you look down on today may be the one signing your paycheck tomorrow. The takeaway was powerful. Success isn't about revenge. It's about rising with dignity and proving that resilience always speaks louder than prejudice.